So in the upcoming video, you guys will see a section in the video where Wizard Mickey falls down behind my bed, the Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey I have in my stuffy collection, and I use him to talk about Freya Sky and her passion for Wizard Mickey and her wizard hat, and of course the Mickey t-shirt she wears all the time at the Worlds Collide Tour. And after the video, I jumped in behind my bed, I moved everything out of the way, moved all the props out of the way, and put my life in jeopardy to save Mickey from falling down behind my bed. And there he is, the Mickey that I had intended to use in this video that you will see coming up. I hope you enjoy this video, guys. I had a whole lot of fun producing and making it for you, filming it for you. Don't forget to hit my like and subscribe buttons. I would love you guys forever. Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! This really has been the greatest honor of my life to be able to sit in front of this microphone and talk about Descendants and Zombies for the fans of Descendants and Zombies that have had these franchises forever and always hold a special place in each and every one of your hearts. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel over the last decade. This has been so much fun for me talking about Descendants and Zombies because it gave me the honor to talk about Descendants and Zombies with each and every one of you and to meet so many incredible and so many wonderful fans. Because you guys are undeniably passionate about Descendants and Zombies and who and what you believe in. Regardless if it's Kylie Cantrell and her vision, Freya Sky and her vision, Malia Baker and what she believes in. It's just so much fun being a fan of Descendants and Zombies and finding out why so many people love it so much. I have each and every one of you to thank for making this YouTube channel such a profound success. Everybody is subscribing to this YouTube channel when I least expect it. Somebody comes in through the back door and always hits my subscribe button, never fails to, because she loves Descendants and Zombies. And that's the reason why she subscribes to this YouTube channel, because she knows I know what's up and she loves Descendants and Zombies. And there's nothing going to stop her from hitting the subscribe button because it's Descendants, Zombies, or die. And let me tell you something, guys. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of Descendants and Zombies because I think it's cool. I really do. I think it's cool how a girl wants to be on YouTube and she wants to talk about Descendants and Zombies and everything Disney related like Kylie Cantrell did on Hello Kylie on YouTube. Because I fell in love with that show, and I've been a fan of Kylie Cantrell for what feels like forever. This is something that didn't happen yesterday. It's been very apparent that I've been a fan of Kylie Cantrell for what feels like forever. And it's been my honor to profile Kylie Cantrell and show her the benefit of the doubt and the credit where credit is due, because I think more people should be doing the exact same thing. Because a lot of people really never wanted to give Kylie Cantrell a chance. They preferred to criticize Kylie Cantrell on their videos they were uploading about this or that, her political point of view, her relationship status. And as I've said many years on this channel about relationship advice, what's happening and going on in your relationship behind a closed door is no reflection. It's never any reflection on who and what you are. I probably offered your parents some relationship advice when they couldn't make sense of their relationship with their dad many years ago, and probably many of them remember hearing my voice about some topic I was talking about on one of my older videos on my YouTube channel archives, which is why it's the greatest honor of my life to sit in front of this microphone and talk to each and every one of you about what you may be going through that relates to Descendants and Zombies. Because I think, especially with the Zed and Addison story from Zombies, we saw ourselves in that story more times than we ever gave ourselves credit for, because we all want to achieve acceptance one way or another. No matter who you are, you're always faced with some kind of peer pressure on what people think of you, and that puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders. But I think the best person that you can always be is you. And that's what Zombies, more importantly, inspired us to believe, because Zed and Addison, of course, never thought they would have the chance of spending the rest of their lives together. They had no idea what was going to happen in Seabrook because of their relationship. And now Victor and Nova especially don't know what's going to happen to them and how these different groups, the Daywalkers and the Nightwalkers, are going to respond to it. And for how they're going to respond to it, that's how the storyline is going to be created for Zombies 5, because we don't know what to expect. We don't know what's inside of that vortex. We don't know how these groups are going to respond to it. Obviously, we know there's going to be some form of conflict, and I will be sitting in this chair for the next 5 years talking about it and reviewing Zombies 5 when it eventually happens, because I get it. Zombies 5 feels like it's never going to happen. Oh, when is it going to happen? The thing is to be excited about, we don't know when it's going to happen. So when it finally does, with how loyal we have to fans of the product, when it finally happens, everybody is going to be so excited. Many of you will be teenagers. You'll be crazy about this or crazy about that, and you'll be the biggest fans of Descendants and Zombies more than ever before. There will be more fans of Descendants and Zombies who will have fallen in love with the franchises after discovering it. They'll know who Jonathan Clarke is because they'll find his thumbnails, they'll click on it. They'll think Jonathan Clarke knows what's up, think he's the coolest guy ever. One can only hope. And I will talk about Descendants and Zombies for each and every one of you for the rest of my life. Because I think more people need to showcase their passion and their pride for Descendants and Zombies, tie things in happening around them to Descendants and Zombies. Like, who else on YouTube moved into a home near a soda plantation and a chemical plant and took themselves up the opportunity to create so many hundreds of Descendants and Zombies videos for you after they moved into a house near a soda plantation and a chemical plant which apparently is haunted? People have been telling me for years this house was haunted, and I don't think I ever believed them, but not to say that it isn't, because I do hear a lot of really freaky noises and spooky noises going bump in the night in this house. I have to get that looked into. But I did it because I wanted to know what it was like to feel like you were part of the Zombies and Descendants franchises. And some way or somehow, I was able to achieve that, along with having the honor of creating so many wonderful videos for each and every one of you. I know I post a lot of crazy videos about preparing you for a zombie apocalypse and the inevitable, which is the end of the world, but the thing is, I love creating these videos for each and every one of you to make you laugh, because one should never be too prepared for a zombie apocalypse and can never be too prepared. That's why just last night after I got home from the dollar store, I jumped on here and recorded a 15-minute video about picking up toilet paper and food and water and medical supplies, because one can never be too prepared with how many people are zombieing out every single day that we see every day in our lifetime, going to school, on the school bus, walking home from school, hanging out on dates all the time. You can never be too prepared for your vampire boyfriend to jump into attack mode, or a zombie boyfriend to jump into attack mode. So the thing is, I like to prepare you for the inevitable on this show while having a whole lot of fun doing it, because of course we are 2 weeks out from Halloween, and I know everybody's excited about it. I was really excited about Halloween when I was a kid, and I really love how Descendants is tying into Halloween with the Halloween costumes, how Red and Chloe dressed up as themselves one year on Halloween and nobody knew who they were. I love how Descendants is always theming itself around the holidays and the festive times of year, because I know what it was like to dress up as your favorite character years ago on Halloween. I dressed up as everything from Earthworm Jim to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to Batman to Spider-Man to a ghost to a vampire. I thought I was the coolest kid on the block because of my Halloween costume, and I would go door to door, and I would literally have racks of candy on my parents' luggage rack on their car, and at the end of every Halloween excursion, they thought I was the craziest person ever and why they were putting themselves through this mentally. But I used to have a lot of fun on Halloween. So I have a greater appreciation for all things Halloween and Christmas related, which is why I look forward to spending Halloween and Christmas with each and every one of you this year, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun. We're going to talk all things Descendants and Zombies. We'll talk about the Red Christmas music video, which dropped just last year, and I remember how many great reviews and wonderful reviews it received, and I remember talking about it and having so much fun, and we'll do it all over again this year, because I remember the holiday specials where Descendants and Zombies characters would be appropriately fitted into the occasion, and they had so much fun. I think that what I love about the Descendants and Zombie stars so much is I love watching them have fun. Because if I don't see them have fun, that creates an issue for me. That's why I have an issue with all the critics on YouTube, because no way, shape, or form does anybody have the right to criticize your favorite stars and whom much you love. And I've tried to take that away, as difficult as that may be, because I'm up against 15 million critics, and I've always believed that I lived next door to a vampire, and my roommate was a werewolf that I contemplated shooting for years, because a lot of stuff got in the way. I wish I could have been here more to do something about these critics, and now that I have more time on my hands, and I'm a full-time YouTube creator because of you, and I'm more famous than any of my other friends on YouTube, because to be honest with you guys, the only friend I have on YouTube that has a lot of subscribers is this guy who blows shit up on his YouTube channel because he's a scientist, and because of you, I'm more famous than everybody, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've shown these videos, and I'm going to do the absolute best I can to continue to bring these franchises to light, because when you talk about a future for someone like Ruby Rose Turner, there's a lot of promise and a lot of hope that goes with that, because I think a lot of people are still holding on to belief that Ruby is going to be the live-action Rapunzel for the live-action Tangled. And that really means the world to me, that I'm not the only one who believes and supports this vision. Because if that happens for Ruby, I will be center stage in support of Ruby. Because I think that Ruby is just genuinely beautiful, genuinely sweet, and this was never a rehearsal process for Ruby. Because Ruby was always a genuinely kind person. With Ruby, what you saw is what you got. And I've lived my life like that ever since I've known who Ruby is. I've known Ruby ever since she was 12 years old. I had the most fun of my lifetime watching every opportunity Ruby was given and shown, the way she could bring songs to life like Mirror and Ruby Rock years ago. That wasn't yesterday, I know, but I've been around a really long time. really made me fall in love with Ruby and have a greater appreciation for Ruby, because Ruby was just someone who was just genuinely kind, and it was never a rehearsal or a night at the prom for Ruby. It was always about entertaining each and every one of you, which made it worth so much more talking about Descendants of Zombies. And of course, Kylie Control adding icing on the cake for Descendants really brought this franchise to life, because the Red character was a character that we really didn't know a whole lot about, and it was something to be really excited about because it was a whole new story. We had to find out more than we ever did about Red. We wanted to know what she wanted to achieve, which was something far greater than her mother, the Queen of Hearts, ever wanted her to become. I think that she was able to do that, but now in Descendants 5, along with what the consequences of time travel will be, I think their friendship, Red and Chloe's, will be tested more than it ever has been, because in the original Descendants Rise of Red, their friendship was never tested. They never were presented with enough conflict to have adversity faced with or controversy. So I think their friendship will be tested. I think the consequences of time travel will be never more apparent than ever before. We know one of them is going to be Red's going to have a sister who we're all excited to meet. I am incredibly excited to meet her and find out what she's going to be offering the plot. I, for one, always wanted to be the writer and producer of Descendants of Zombies, which you guys could make happen if you guys could put up over 50,000 likes and 50,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, because that's what that's going to take to get me in as the writer and producer of Descendants. But at least you guys have a Descendants of Zombies unofficial podcast now, and you have a guy who actually wants to be the writer and producer of Descendants of Zombies, because if Disney would consider selling me the franchises of Descendants of Zombies, believe you me, these franchises would never end, and this story would be far from over, because I've always believed that this story has far more characters yet to have seen their introduction into this franchise, far more characters to be given more of an opportunity, such as Aladdin and Jasmine, who I was a really huge fan of. Aladdin and Jasmine's story was a story that you could never get enough of from 1992 and beyond. By Aladdin and the King of Thieves, they got married, their trilogy had been told and completed, and then came the live action in 2019. I had mixed reactions about the live action Will Smith and Naomi Scott as Jasmine and the Genie, because it was a very different take on what I remember growing up as a kid. Because I remember the original Aladdin story being about how Aladdin, all he ever wanted was for Jasmine to trust him. And when he finally earned the trust of Jasmine, they went on this magic carpet ride up into the stars, and it inspired so many people to want to collaborate on the song A Whole New World, and made A Whole New World the most popular Disney song and most revered song of all time. Everybody felt so inspired because all Aladdin ever wanted was for Jasmine to trust him. And when he finally earned her trust, the possibilities were really endless. And I think that these characters made us think about our own lives, because all we've ever wanted to achieve is acceptance. For somebody to really earn our trust. And I think that we all saw ourselves some way or somehow through the eyes of people like Aladdin and Jasmine, who just wanted to spend the rest of their lives together. I just want to put it out there too, with how beautiful of a job Naomi Scott did as the live-action Jasmine. I think Kylie Control would have been an outstanding Jasmine who should have been given more of an opportunity and should have had that opportunity given to her by 2019. I know she's only young, but she would have been a fabulous live-action Jasmine. So too would Ruby be a fabulous live-action Rapunzel, because of Ruby's curiosity. The thing about Ruby and Kylie is they're so full of life and they're so exuberant. They're way more exuberant than I've ever been in my life, and I can't ever remember stars being so full of life and so appreciative of every single moment they have been shown. So I think that what they need are more opportunities, and it needs to become more apparent in the eyes of a lot of writers and producers to give them these opportunities, because we saw it at the Worlds Collide Tour. I mean, they were so appreciative of every moment they were a part of with each and every one of you, and that's what meant so much to me as a YouTube creator. It made it all worth it, talking about the Worlds Collide Tour and talking about everything that happened to them throughout their experience as part of the Worlds Collide Tour. I know they were really spent. They were really tired. They were falling asleep on a tour bus. Freya Sky, my heart goes out to you for falling asleep on a tour bus and putting your heart into every single performance. This is precisely why I don't agree with the criticism they are receiving, constructive or not. Because I've always believed that any form of criticism is a wrong way of showing respect to somebody, and any form of criticism is no good criticism at all. I think that when a girl is falling asleep on a tour bus because she loves each and every one of you with a passion, she doesn't deserve to be criticized, because I see that same passion really being mutual coming from each and every one of you. You guys love Freya Sky as much as she loves you. So you deserve to have a guy on YouTube who is uploading videos about Freya Sky who actually showcases Freya Sky for being just a wonderful person. That's what you deserve, regardless if she's a part of the Zombies franchise or not moving forward. You deserve somebody to say something nice about Freya Sky. And I'm going to tell you guys something. When I saw her wearing a Mickey Mouse t-shirt, which was probably $20, I thought that was the coolest thing in the world with the Mickey Wizard hat, because I have a Mickey Mouse right here, actually, in my Mickey Mouse collection that was inspired by the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Just give me a second to see if I can find it. Is he still up there on my bed? Oh no, he's fallen down again behind my bed. But I do have a Mickey Mouse Sorcerer's Apprentice. Now Minnie Mouse is getting out of the way. Hang on a second, I'll get back on my camera. I do have a Mickey Mouse Sorcerer's Apprentice, which I'm actually really fond of. And it really inspired me to believe that magic actually is real. I'll find him somewhere, somehow. I think he fell down behind my bed, because I have all these stuffies that are in the back there. You see Dumbo and Stitch having the time of their life. And from what I hear, Freya Sky's favorite spirit animal is Stitch too. I think Stitch is the coolest character ever. By the way, the live-action Lilo and Stitch is a movie that I think everybody should take themselves on the opportunity to actually check out, because it is a great movie. It's a family-friendly movie. A lot of fun times came from us at the expense of characters like Dumbo and Stitch. And for those of you who don't know, Dumbo is actually the shortest animated classic that Disney ever produced. I think it was something like 67 minutes. And you're thinking to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, man, you know everything there is to know about Disney. I'm going to hit your subscribe button just because you know everything there is to know about Disney. You are cool. Thank you. If you think that, that would be really cool if you would hit my subscribe button, because I know Dumbo was the shortest live-action classic they ever produced, or animated classic they ever produced, and that Stitch was so beloved by so many millions of people. It was so revered, that live-action. I think that the girl that played Lilo in that movie was so adorable. That's why I say that people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky can never be shown enough benefit of the doubt and give them more of a chance, because when I saw Freya Sky wearing a Mickey Mouse t-shirt that was only $20, I said, you know, she's really into this. She's really into performing for each and every one of you, and I support that. I support that with all of my heart. So when I hear people like Kylie Cantrell receiving criticism from people who don't deserve to be showing criticism to Kylie Cantrell, criticism that she doesn't deserve, because she's putting her hearts into these performances for each and every one of you, you guys have deserved far better than you've ever seen or heard on YouTube than ever before. I think that each and every single one of Disney's characters, from Mickey Mouse to Minnie Mouse to Donald to Goofy to Pluto, who actually just fell off my window too, I've got to pick him up. Usually you see Pluto peeking out there on one of my videos. They've represented kindness. Some way or somehow, they've always represented kindness. And I think that's what's really stood out to me and made me so proud to be a Disney fan. And I think that what Disney tries to convey with each and every one of their stars is that same passion and that same kind of vibe that the characters of Disney have represented for over 100 years. And that's why it's been the greatest honor of my life being able to sit in front of this microphone and show Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell the respect they have forever and always deserved. That's why I can record up to 4 or 5 podcasts every single day on this YouTube channel and talk about my passion for Disney and playing video games from that era where Disney created a lot of video games based off their most successful franchises, like Tarzan. I have Tarzan, A Bug's Life, Toy Story. I've got them all. And in each and every one of my videos, there is a description that tells you will have a greater appreciation for my passion about Disney and all things Disney and Nickelodeon related, because that's what I want you to have. I want you to know that, or think this guy is really cool. You're going to hit his subscribe button because he knows everything there is to know about Disney and your favorite stars. And I think you deserve way better videos that actually keep you interested from the beginning of the video until the end of the video. I know there are people who don't watch these videos from beginning to end, but I want you guys to know that I love you and I support you just as much as everybody who does watch these videos from beginning to end, because I think there really is a greater passion and a greater emphasis that can be put on your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars for the foreseeable future. Because if Disney's characters can represent so much kindness and love in this world, we can show that same amount of kindness and love to all your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars with such a passion. And I'm not talking about the fans of Descendants of Zombies who are criticizing Descendants of Zombie stars. I'm talking about these critics that are uploading these videos on these big-time YouTube channels, because I am far from a big-time YouTube creator. I'm not monetized. I haven't qualified for the YouTube partnership program as of right now. I just love being on YouTube, and I love talking about my passion for all things Disney and Nickelodeon related, because I know that everybody feels the same way who watches these videos, because let's be honest, you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies, and That's pretty much the reason behind why you're watching these videos. So because you are watching these videos because you are a fan of all things Disney and Nickelodeon related, it is the greatest honor of my life to be able to record these videos and produce them for you and upload them to our YouTube channel. And the reason why I call it our YouTube channel is because that's what it is. It is a YouTube channel that was created because we have a passion for all things Descendants and Zombies and Descendants and Disney and what have you. And this YouTube channel will forever and always be here because I really do love talking about this passion that I share with each and every one of you because of Descendants and Zombies. Because I think there is no better way to do it than by showing up and really being on point about how you feel about Descendants and Zombies, which really is a 5-star production because of the heart that we get from Clarke and and Freya Sky all the time, who have fabulous futures being a part of this franchise moving forward. So because we are fans of this franchise, I believe what we should do more than ever is show the same passion that Clarke and Freya Sky does every single time they step out onto a stage performing or step onto the set of Descendants and Zombies, and really bring it to life for each and every one of us, making us feel more inspired than we ever have before. Guys, from my heart to yours, thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel, and will continue to show, hopefully, for the foreseeable future, because we have a year away from Descendants 5 with Wonderland, 5 years until 2020, until Zombies 5, and I know what you must be thinking. 2028 feels like forever away, but we will get there, and we will get there together, even if that means I have to upload videos about Descendants and Zombies for the rest of my life. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go save Mickey from falling behind my bed, Wizard Mickey, and then Pluto fell down behind my window, and I don't want to have to take him to the puppy ER, so I'm going to have to go find them and put them back up on my window, because Pluto has this habit of falling off my window, and Mickey falls down behind my bed because he's squished in behind those gigantic Mickey and Minnies you see there in the back. The challenges that I'm faced with every single day, apart from having to upload these videos, keeping Pluto out of the puppy ER, and having to save Mickey from falling behind my bed. So I'm going to go deal with that. I'm going to go upload this video to my YouTube channel, and hopefully everybody is going to hit my subscribe button as I prepare for such things as a zombie apocalypse or the end of the world, which is going to happen, regardless if we believe it or not. Reportedly, there's an alien mothership which is less than 100 days away from showing up here on planet Earth and killing us all. It's like that video game THQ's Destroy All Humans and Crypto. For those, that's an actual story. If you actually look it up on some news websites, they are actually profiling this alien probe, which is etching ever closer to Earth and the end of time. But I just want to put it out there that if there's one niche that I want to die in a massive explosion with, because they love me so much, it's Descendants and Zombies. So Alien Mothership, bring your worst, man. Don't forget to hit my subscribe, my like buttons before now the end of time, and we'll have a whole lot of fun talking about Descendants and Zombies, because we still actually have less than 3 months before the end of time, so that will give you enough time to hit my subscribe button, and I would love you for it. Guys, thank you so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel. We will talk more about Descendants and Zombies into the foreseeable future, because it's Descendants and Zombies or die. I love you guys so much, man. I will have a third show uploaded sometime between now and this afternoon, which I hope you will join me for. Ring my bell to stay up to date with notifications as we talk all things Descendants and Zombies.